Gentlemen, without further ado, we're running late. I'm going to get right to it. Please, a big round of applause for the first of our two special guests today, Miss Marina Sirtis. My privilege to welcome, to the best of my knowledge, the first time at an Atlanta Star Trek convention, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. LeVar Burton!
Certificates of appreciation.
So how long has it been since you two seen each other?
Well, actually, no. We flew on the plane yesterday together.
Is that right?
But before that, it was a month.
Yeah. Is that right? You've been in Atlanta before?
Yeah.
You have. It's been about 13 years, I believe.
No, I was here in 89, right?
Were you here in 99? 89. Was it 89? I thought it was 92.
Who the hell knows? I don't know.
I think he's got proof.
Oh, let me see.
Cameraman?
It's a night show.
Who's the fox in the picture?
We both had perms.
No, that's not.
I had a mullet.
No. That's not a perm. That's my real hair.
Is that right?
This is my hair, like ironed within an inch of its life.
How about that?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, okay. You mic?
I am. Wait a second. I am mic'd. Do you want to turn it up?
Yes. All right. Sound check.
The mic sunk down into her voluminous bosom.
There is a get away with saying that. I was thinking it.
Is that better?
Yeah, take that. There you go. All right. Well, this is a little bit different format than what you're probably accustomed to.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've done this for a guest of the convention, and I hope it works out. If it doesn't work out, we won't do it again. Am I funny? I've been told that by a number of people. But for anybody in the audience that may be wondering, the traditional Q&A hour that you may have come to expect at conventions, we will be having with each of our guests on Monday morning. LeVar will be starting with you, I believe, at 10 o'clock. Is that correct? Let's check your program participant and schedule book.
Consult your local listings.
We'll be having a Q&A with you, a traditional Q&A at 10 o'clock Monday, and with you, Marina, at 11:30, right after.
Okay.
So, and I'm sure everybody will be here for that.
Give me time to iron my hair.
I jotted down a few questions that I hope to be able to ask you over the course of this next 45 minutes, or what do we have left. Your most recent portrayal of Deanna was in the series finale for Star Trek Enterprise, which aired about 5 months ago. From what I've seen on the internet, that particular episode did not seem to be received very well by a lot of the fans. I'd like to say, me personally, I was absolutely thrilled to see you and Jonathan together on the small screen.
Yeah, I think the fans are pleased to see Jonathan and I back, but to be honest, I thought it was an okay episode. I just personally didn't think it was a good last episode. They should have done a 2-hour show like we all did. They should have made a big deal of it being the last episode. So yeah, I can understand why they're disappointed.
When you first received the script, did you think that it would turn out to be better than it did, or did you have those misgivings going into it?
Well, to be honest, and I think LeVar would agree with me on this, we read many scripts that sucked, right? And somehow managed to make a silk purse out of a sow's ear. So, We never worry about the script sucking too much because we can usually pull something out of the bag, right, LeVar?
Generally, but not always.
What I saw in the episode was that the chemistry between you and John is still there.
You know, Jonathan is this ball of energy.
He's the horniest man in space.
Yeah.
Well, like you're surprised by that. I love my job.
Yeah, he brings an energy to wherever he goes, so there's always chemistry between anybody working with Jonathan, I think.
Yeah, but you know, you guys are exotics.
We're exotics, that's true.
Special kind of chemistry.
Yeah.
At the end of Star Trek Nemesis, there were some, I would say, some loose ends were tied up, but there was also an enormous potential for something that I'm very much hoping might eventually come around, and that would be a new television series featuring the new adventures of the USS Titan with Captain and Mrs. Riker.
Well,
Spin-off.
don't hold your breath. You know, Jonathan and I had this idea that we would do the Rikers in Space as a half-hour sitcom. You know, Star Trek the sitcom has never been done. And you know, we'd be on whichever ship we were in, and our friends. You know, our friend Geordie would come visit, and wacky Uncle Dana, and we'd have our little dog Worf.
I think you had a brief affair with that little dog there for a while, didn't
Don't remind me. It's part of my history I'd rather forget, thank you.
Earlier this summer, we lost one of our most beloved American icons. Would each of you tell us a little bit about your working with the late, great Mr. Jimmy Doohan?
I think this one's for LeVar, because I didn't really get to work with Jimmy that much.
Well, one of my favorite episodes of Next Gen was the episode where we were engineers together. Relics. And, you know, Jimmy was a one of a kind. And not only did he have a great sense of humor, but he had a very peculiar work ethic in that we never worked past 5 o'clock because Jimmy started drinking at 4:45. So it was always nice to be around him. He was a great guy. He had amazing stories and a fantastic sense of humor, and he will be missed. And you're right. Raise a glass to Jimmy Doohan. Yeah.
Sorry, it's not Scotch.
LeVar, I was 16 years old in 1977 when this entire nation was riveted by your portrayal of Kunta Kinte in Roots.
Everybody who clapped is clearly over 40.
I was a sophomore in high school at the time, and I clearly remember that is what the entire country was talking about for weeks afterwards. 10 years past that, when you were cast as Geordie LaForge in The Next Generation, I believe it's a true statement to say that you were probably the most well-known actor that was cast in the series. Do you feel that your character was commensurate with your reputation and your fame at that point?
Well, I'll tell you, everything happens for a reason. And I did in the early 80s a little-known TV movie called Emergency.
He saw it.
Yeah, he